Hello, and I thought I'd do a video, a bit of an update on my hi-fi system. Not made a video for a while. It's been a really busy few months, and so it's nice to really catch up and do a video and try and make sense of where I am with my hi-fi system, and hopefully share some ideas as to what plans I have for it. So my ideas this year, I'm looking at the power supply for my Linn Sondek LP12. Now, I think my Linn Sondek LP12 turntable is, well, it's got to be over 30 years now. I'm almost positive. And the power supply that powers the actual turntable is the internal power supply made by Valhalla. It's a Valhalla power supply, which is actually inside the actual turntable. So it's served me brilliantly over the years, and I'm looking at making an upgrade and trying replacing that Valhalla power supply. I've got lots of options. Linn do a range of power supplies. I could get the actual Valhalla taken out, send it away, get it serviced, get it back and get it fitted back in, or I could exchange it for another Valhalla power supply. And there are a lot of there's a lot of manufacturers now all making power supplies for the Linn Sondek LP12 that will work with them. I'm trying to do it within a budget, because ultimately for me, buying music is important, and buying vinyl and CDs, and trying to get enjoying my hobby within a budget. And I'm looking at the power supplies and done a lot of research. I mean, doing this for quite a few years now, gathering information on different types of models of power supplies and what have you. And going back a few years ago, quite a few years ago now, I upgraded my phono stage for my vinyl source. And that was a really interesting time, because I began to realise how important a role a phono stage actually plays in a hi-fi system. Lots of different characteristics and qualities dependent on what brand you get, and it was quite a revealing time, just trying different sort of phono stages over a period of time in my system as it was then, and seeing the different qualities that each manufacturer or each model could actually bring to the reproduction then of the sound. And I eventually, after some deliberation, I settled on the Heed phono stage there. There's the Heed Questar and the Heed QPSU. They're sitting there, you'll see, with the blue lights on them. And looking into what the Heed products, they make a range of products. They also make a power supply, and the power supply is a Heed Orbit. They do a Heed Orbit 1 and a Heed Orbit 2, and it's difficult really for me to be able to try a power supply at home in my system, because it's not going to be possible really, because I've just got to try and do as much research as I possibly can, and then decide on which one I want. And I've been deliberated this for quite some time. I've been really happy with the Heed phono stage that I've had, and I was really impressed with the impact it had on my system and the sound, and I've decided to go most likely to get a heed orbit 1, which will mean then I can take the Valhalla circuit board out of the Linn Sondek. I will have a heed orbit 1 power supply to power the Linn. It's an external power supply, so it can actually sit alongside my heat products that I've got there. And it also has 33 1/3 and 45 RPM. My existing system with the Valhalla only plays at 33 1/3, and over time, over the last few years, I've mistakenly bought records that turned out to be playing at 45 RPM. So when I brought them home, I've put them on my turntable, sat down and thought well, something's clearly not right here. And then I've gone and taken the album off, and then I've looked at the sleeve and 45 RPM. So with those records, I mean, that was obviously down to me not reading the actual small print whenever I was buying them and ordering them. So, but I've kept those. I've got them to one side, and thought I'd keep them for such time as to when I was going to change my power supply. And you know, now that opportunity has come along, I'll have a chance to enjoy those records at some point. So that's the intentions anyway, is to look towards replacing the Valhalla that's within the my Linn Sondek LP12, getting an external power supply. I'll be able to play 33 1/3 and 45, and it's quite likely that I'm going to go with a heed orbit 1 to be able to accomplish what I want to achieve. So there we are. That's all for now. And thanks for watching the video. And whatever decision I make, I'll come back and I'll let you know my findings and what I've established from whatever changes I've made from to the system. Thanks again. Bye bye.